week is National Robotics Week, and all across the U.S. there are a ton of events being held to promote robotics. Here in the Valley, Silicon Valley Robotics, which is a nonprofit consortium of various robotics companies, is hosting the Robotics Block Party. The event is being hosted by the lead consortium member, Jabal Manufacturing, in their Blue Sky Center labs down here in San Jose. It is an industry event, so there is a whole agenda of keynotes, panels, VC hours for startups who are looking to connect with investors, and there's even a startup pitch competition. For the general public, there is a trade show floor where you can wander around and see exhibitors that are showing off the latest in robotics technology. The big new industry trend here in the Valley is robotics and artificial intelligence, or AI. It's actually being used in a ton of applications, from consumer electronics to toys to business automation and even to software intelligence. It's been estimated that funding for AI here in the Valley was $1.2 billion just last year. And you can definitely see the craze being reflected in the pickup of robotics for after-school activities and how competitive it is to get into those types of programs. My last stint was with a robotics startup in the whole IoT space, so I have a personal interest in robotics, and that's why I'm here. It's kind of fascinating to see all of the new innovations happening in this space, and I can't wait to see what's in store for this next upcoming year.
One of the big trends on the floor is robotics in toys and education, with a focus on teaching kids on STEM topics.
VEX IQ Challenge is a competition where the kids build a robot and they have to score the most points with an alliance partner, either picking balls off the fence or off the ground, and then getting it into the goals. The goals up high is 5 points, bottom 3 points, and just in the field is 1 point. And then they could also score 15 points if both robots got on the bridge, 25 points if they balanced on the bridge.
And why do you think robotics is kind of important to promote right now?
Robotics is really interesting because, well, you can create so much. You know, there's that thing about, do you want to be a consumer of technology or a creator of technology? And this allows kids to actually create technology, to make things out of the box. Like this whole idea of the pink bunny folding up. I never would have thought of that. But when the girls went to competition, a NASA engineer was there, and he said that that is actually a very important part in building technology for space, being able to fold up compactly and then expand once in outer space. So yeah, the kids have, you know, uninhibited creativity, and that's where you need to let it unleash so that they can build things.
Another big trend on the floor is robotics for elderly care. With many seniors wanting to preserve their independent lifestyles, this is a great way to ensure that they have the needed in-home support and care. A few exhibitors in this space were sharing their latest tech. Catalia Health has an interactive robot that helps with medication management and health. The stationary robot converses with the user and talks them through a variety of health and medical needs. Toyota's concept robot is a functional companion helping limited mobility seniors with various functional tasks. Using a tablet, users can send the robot to fetch and perform basic physical tasks that they themselves cannot.
Hi, my name is Samir. I'm a co-founder of Chime. This is our product. It's a chai maker. Basically, chai is a very cumbersome process to make. It takes 10 to 12 minutes, leaves a lot of mess. We have made a machine that celebrates the process of making chai, but makes it fun, easy, and clean when you make it. Everybody has their own taste of making chai, right? So we have given all these options where you can sort of configure your strength of chai. You can configure how much milk you want in your chai. You can, if you froth it or no froth it, you know, you have all sorts of options in the chai. And all you got to do is put the milk in there if you need milk in there, and press a button to go.
And what does the smart feature of this kind of offer?
So it's a connected app. Basically, what you do is you connect to the machine, and you have all sorts of recipes. It also reminds you that you're running out of chai. If you're running out of chai, you can order chai from here as well. You can go to your, if this is at a workplace, you can actually connect in with that machine with the recipe and get your own cup of chai. So the idea here is that you can personalize your cup of chai, and you can carry it with you anywhere. And wherever there's a chime, you can connect and make a cup of chai.
future of delivery robots is here. Starship Technologies is also on hand to demo their new latest parcel bot, which is currently undergoing pilot trials with partners in Europe and with parcel mates in DoorDash here in the US. The bots are meant to solve short-distance, last-mile parcel delivery. At some points, the bots will be autonomous, but right now, trials are focused on mapping sidewalks, since that data doesn't really currently exist.
Here's Toyota's entry into the self-driving cars. These are cameras for navigating, and that's the LiDAR up there. And it's actually a pretty similar setup to what you see on the Google car, self-driving car. There's more cameras on this front side of the car.
You do not have an even baseline.
And moving around to the side, some more cameras. So look who I ran into. It's my friend Camp from work that we used to work together. And actually Camp is here representing the
HomeBrew Robotics Club.
Awesome.
HomeBrew Robotics Club is an offshoot of the original HomeBrew Computer Club of Apple fame. In 1984, when they disbanded because you no longer had to build your own computer, there was a group, a special interest group interested in robotics, and they declared themselves a full-fledged club at that point, and this is the same club 30-odd years later. So.
Awesome, and you guys do some fascinating things with robotics.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Locomo, the smart table, is a table that can get from one place to another and back again in an unstructured environment. So I've got a computer velcroed to the Nito bot vac down there, and it's using ROS, Robot Operating System, from Open Source Robotics Foundation. And through the USB, it tells the robot what to do. It reads the LiDAR scans and drives the wheels and so forth, and then creates this map. And as I was saying, now I can just click on the goal, for example, back there, and the robot will autonomously navigate to that place. You can see the people walking past here.
Yeah. So that's the LiDAR at work.
True.
Scanning and seeing what all the obstacles are in the way.
Yeah, so here he goes to the goal that I set.
See it tracking there on your screen.
Yeah, so this has a computer velcroed to it, but now, there you go, you see he's getting to the goal there. Now you can do the same kind of thing with the Raspberry Pi and the Dirt Board. So this Raspberry Pi is a 900 megahertz quad 4 gigabyte RAM for $35. It displaces what would have been a $1,000 laptop a few years ago. Of course, it doesn't have a screen, but it doesn't need a screen. Same thing, it's telling the Nito bot deck what to do. It's reading the LiDAR scans, it's driving the wheels. Same thing, you can create the map and then navigate within the map. And it's really a great way to learn ROS, Robot Operating System. The Mott Bot by Chris Myers. This is the HomeBrew Robotics Club, okay? Some homebrewed robots here. There you see a Nito LiDAR. This is actually a commercial product, but it was developed by a friend named Nick Donaldson. He spent like 10 years developing this, and they sold a couple 100,000 units. Some more homebrewed robots here.
So that was a quick tour around. My favorites definitely had to be more on the geeky side. I really enjoyed seeing all the advancements being made in LiDAR and in chip design. The kids, there were lots of them there, really enjoyed all of the robots. There were a ton of toy applications as well as household applications that they loved. And of course, there were a lot of industry people there doing their networking. One of the great things about living in the Silicon Valley is being able to have public access to events like this. And for those who live here and are interested, I'm going to start maintaining a calendar of events on my blog from now on. And if you're interested in finding out more about the robot block party for next year, I'll post the information about this year's event in my description box below. Till next time, peace out, Geeksters.